So today we are going to do our biosecurity testing, the blood pull. So I'm going to walk you guys through how to do that. It's very easy to do at home as long as you feel comfortable doing a jugular vein stick. I find that's the easiest way to pull blood off of these guys. What you're going to need is just a couple things. It's not too bad, I promise. To start, I always like to shave like a little square on their neck right over their jugular vein. This time of year, they're getting really hairy and it can be hard to see when you like palpate for their vein or you hold it off to get it to kind of plump up. It's kind of hard sometimes to see if they're really hairy. So I always like to just shave like a little square on their neck just so I can see better. Next, you're going to need some 3cc syringes. I get mine through my local tack shop. You can order them on Amazon, really wherever you can get them. I always get more than I need. I usually just get a big box of 100 just so I have it on hand. But just always get like a couple more than you need just in case you have a bad stick or you need to redraw on somebody. And then you're gonna need your blood tube. You usually need at least 3 mils of blood for these tests, so that's why I have 3cc syringe. These hold 7 mils just because sometimes I use it for my horses too, and sometimes they need a little bit more than the goats do, but I would also get more than you need of those if you're gonna buy them in like the singles, but you can also buy a box of them on Amazon, or sometimes even your local feed stores will have some. Once you have all your supplies together, I like to have a helper because sticking goats by yourself is not fun. So I always have my husband hold, and I will show you guys how we hold, how we kind of do everything. And honestly, once you get a good system, it's really quick and easy. And I promise you that as long as you can handle doing a stick on your own goats, you can do this. Through some trial and error, we found that straddling them like this to hold them in place works really well. And then he can use his hand to kind of hold her head to the side so that I can trim her up, and then it also will stay there when I go to stick her. I just trim a small square over the jugular vein so I have good access. And then you're going to see me here kind of break the seal of the syringe. That helps a lot when you're starting out, when you're pulling blood, because sometimes that seal is a little hard to pull. You'll want to put your finger below where you want to actually draw the blood to try to help plump up the vein by holding it off. So again, you're going to see Zach grab her head, pull her to the side. I'm going to trim her up just a little bit over her vein. You're then going to apply pressure and hold the vein off below where you want to actually stick so that you can see the vein fill up with blood. Once you have good visualization of the vein, you can go ahead and stick her with the needle with the bevel side up facing you and then pull back on the syringe. When you do remove your needle, I like to put some pressure over where we just pulled the needle out so we don't get a lump or bleeding. These blood tubes are vacuum container tubes, so they will actually suck the blood out of your syringe for you. It can be intimidating at first to do your first jugular stick on a goat, I understand. But if you have some patience and you have good help, I promise that this is something that you guys can do at home as well. And if you're not comfortable doing it yourself, that is totally okay. It is not for everybody, but I would recommend reaching out to your local goat groups or even your livestock pages to see if somebody around would be willing to help you. You can find all the products that I used in this video in my Amazon storefront, which is linked in my bio. Biosecurity is so important. I really urge you guys to be doing it on all of your goats. Now that I have all of our blood, we're going to run to the post office. You just check which lab that you're sending it to for their directions on how to ship. I know when I shipped to Waddle before out in Washington, I did not have to put them on ice. I know UBRL likes them on ice, and I think Herd Health also likes it on ice. So I have some ice packs that we're gonna pack with this. I'm gonna pack them up real tight, wrap them in paper towels. I think I also have some bubble wrap somewhere, but that's what we're gonna do. If you guys have any questions on how to do your own jugular vein sticks or where to send to, just let me know and I'd be happy to answer your questions.